This put the banks below their reserve requirements for lending money, dried up sources of credit, and started a downward spiral of business failure, more job loss, and more mortgage default. The Bush tax cuts did not force the banks to loan more money to subprime borrowers. Deregulation did not force the banks to loan more money to subprime borrowers. The free market didn't force the banks to loan more money to subprime borrowers. It was the government and government regulations and government interference that forced the banks to loan more money to subprime borrowers. Do we really want more government control of the economy? And here's the second lie they've told the American people. The second lie is that we're only going to increase taxes on the rich. You know, there are only about 1 million families who are earning $250,000 or more. The $4 trillion of increased debt amounts to $4 million for each family making over $250,000 a year. How many of you think they're going to squeeze that $4 trillion out of those people, that $4 million out of each of those families? And the really rich, the Ted Kennedys of the world, don't pay taxes. They have their money invested in tax-free municipal bonds. They don't pay taxes. The Democrats always tell us they are only going to increase taxes on the rich, and they always end up increasing taxes on everybody. You know who is paying the first tax implemented by this new administration?
The poor.
Cigarette smokers. You got it. They increased taxes on cigarettes by 150%. You know the next tax increase, you know what that's going to be? Cap and trade. Cap and trade. A tax on energy consumption. Senator Judd Gregg, who turned down Obama's offer to join the administration, has estimated that this tax is going to cost the average American family $3,000 a year. Now they're talking about a too-fat tax on soda pop for those who are overburdening our health care system. Do you see a trend here? First they make you into a villain, then they increase your taxes. The first villains were the so-called rich. We were told the lie that they caused all our economic woes. I don't think Barney Frank is that rich myself. But they said, let's increase taxes on them. The second villains were the bank executives who accepted bonuses which Timothy Geithner and Chris Dodd had agreed to. Let's tax those people at 90% and forget about the Constitution, which makes that tax illegal. We can't be bothered with that. The third villains were you cigarette smokers polluting your lungs and our air. Let's increase your taxes by 150%. The next villains are the energy hogs. We're repeatedly told that we in America should be ashamed of ourselves for using an unfair share of energy. So we're going to tax all of us at $3,000 a family. Who are they going to villainize next? You can only stand by and watch for so long before they get around to making you a villain. Does anyone think that they are immune from the rapacious tax reach of a power-hungry Congress?
No!
As humorist Will Rogers once observed, no man's life or property is secure when Congress is in session.
Amen!
No matter who you are, doctor, lawyer, no matter how rich you are, no matter what you make, your taxes will increase to pay for the new socialist order. And the third lie is fear. They've got us scared. We're being stampeded into conceding our economic freedoms because of fear for our economic security. Where is Franklin Roosevelt, who assured the American people that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself? And maybe this new bunch in Washington. The crowd in Washington today are fear-mongers.
Yeah, they are.
Their motto is take advantage of every crisis to increase government power and take it away from the people. Are we so afraid that we are willing to forfeit our economic freedom and accept a new socialist order like I'm reminded of Patrick Henry, who said, "Is life so dear, is peace so sweet, that it is to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery?"
Yeah.
Or of our founding fathers, who in signing the Declaration of Independence declared, "And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor."
Yes.
If you share the dedication to liberty so cherished by our founding fathers, if you had enough change, if you reject the economic stagnation which the new socialist order will bring us, if you see through the lies, let them hear you. Let them hear you.